The curves of the small wooden butterfly dug into Faythe's palms as she clasped at her chest. She awoke with the beats of her heart struggling and a tightness expanding behind her ribs. Every time she tried to nightwalk to Reylan, she was slammed back to the cold truth of their distance. She couldn't find him. As she rolled onto her side, tears slipped silently. She unfolded her tight grip to trace her fingers over the carving he'd made for her. Forcing back her heartache, with a deep breath, Faythe pushed herself up in the small makeshift bed inside her tent. She'd refused anything that would grant her more comfort than the rest of the Rhyenelle soldiers in the war camp at the edge of Fenner. Faythe drove her hands through her hair and clenched tight, pulling at the roots to inflict pain. Her sleepless nights were only adding to her frustration and anger. She had found Reylan once before without even trying. Found him through a dream, as an untrained human unknowingly reaching for the other half of her soul. There was no road too long, no mountain too high. She just had to figure out the direction. Dressing swiftly, Faythe slung on her cloak and headed out of the tent soundlessly. She remained as stealthy as an assassin so as not to wake Kylier in the tent next to hers. He might reprimand her for what she was about to do, to release the anger that wouldn't stop growing in her bones. Out on the streets, the wintry night air bit at her cheeks, and she rubbed her gloved hands together. Her frosted breaths were steady in her focus to extend her senses while she strolled the deserted streets of the small town, pretending she was oblivious to the darkness that had been tracking her from the moment she set out. It didn't take long, sauntering with her distinguishable golden eyes fully exposed, for the vultures to pin her. This outskirt town was crawling with dark fae. They had begun to seep through her kingdom like a black plague, and she was riled and ready to eradicate them one by one if she had to. After a moment of peace, Faythe Ashfire took off in a sprint and did not falter. The pace drummed her pulse. She didn't feel a single beat of fear after breaking her act and becoming the bait of a chase with 4 dark fae. She raced over rooftops, hopping seamlessly between buildings with her laser focus. One of them she was tracking took a leap to the skies, and at that, Faythe began her descent. Dropping into a slide on the ice near the next edge, she twisted as her body cut the air, fingers catching on the harsh ledge, and she dropped, meeting the ground in an elegant brace that scattered the vibrations of the impact throughout her body. A scream ripped through the air, and Faythe's attention latched onto it. The terror from the civilian pumped her blood hotter, spotting her vision with rage, and she ran faster.